let's just get to the point. The holidays aren't happy for everyone. I smile at you, so you think I'm just fine, but for me, the holidays have always been a troubling time. It's called I Want You Around by Snoh Aalegra. So, once again, I'm going to play a little snippet. I'm going to sing a little snippet. Cause around, yeah, y'all know it. Around, I want you around. Yeah, y'all know the song. All right, so that's I Want You Around. Y'all, please get it lyrically poetic by Seay. You ever walk into a room real slick like and hope that seat is empty next to that chick? Like, for real, I want you here. I want you around so I can smell your scent, your essence, fresh fashion. It's hard to resist. Black Lions. Had to get my sip on. Yo, what's good? What's good, everybody? I'm Seay, and welcome back to the channel Seay Speaks. It's episode 2, y'all. I'm super excited to be here with y'all today. We are going to talk about the holidays today. You can already see I got my Santa hat on today, my little sweater. I'm trying to do a little something with that. And, I'm not a huge eggnog person, but I have some tequila, which I think is a good alternative to eggnog. So I'm drinking my tequila today. Y'all may be drinking y'all eggnog or your spirited beverage for the holidays. But yes, I'm excited to be here. But before we get into all the good stuff today, because we're going to do our affirmations, of course, today. We're going to do that every single time. We're also going to do another lyrically poetic, and then we're gonna talk also about the holidays and how that may not always be such a happy and joyous occasion for you, and kind of some different things we can do to change that, move that around, right? So before we get into all the good stuff, right? Before we hold on, y'all. Let me get a little sip. Hold on. It's close to the weekend. I can't get a little sip in. I'm sorry, my bad. All right. So before we get into all that stuff, y'all, something I forgot to mention last week. I started a business, y'all. I started a business. Yes. It is my baby. I'm super excited. And I really can't believe that I didn't mention this at all last time because, like I said, I'm super excited about it. And I think it could have been because I didn't have any notes in front of me, or maybe I was too hype or what. But I gotta take some time to talk to y'all about the business. So, the business is called the Seay Creative Writing Studio, and it's essentially where I take your event, be it ordinary or extraordinary, but I turn it into an unforgettable memory, right? This can be anything from a keynote. I could do a keynote speech. Maybe it's a baby shower. It could be a wedding. Maybe writing your wedding vows. This could even be, a corporate event, a fundraiser, a sporting event, an honorary speech. Really, whatever the event, I'm kind of the missing link or the missing piece to kind of take that event from ordinary to extraordinary, right? And I'm using my words. I'm using my creative ability to bring creative enrichment, and really, just like I said last week, y'all, the channel and the business is really just to spread positivity and creativity. And I want to do that across cultures, spread artistry across cultures. So this could really be really anything, any type of event. So like how let's break down how it works. So let's say you have let's say a good example. Let's say you have a fashion show, because I love fashion, right? So let's say you have a fashion show, and you're like, I really don't want to do just normal 3, 2, 1 countdown, right? And then the models start coming out and all that. I really want there to be something different, something special, right? And that's where I would come in. That's me. I'm the missing link. So what I would do is first you would go to my website, which is right here, the Seay Creative Writing Studio.com. It's actually thecstudio.com. My bad. But check out the website, and you would fill out the questionnaire. So the questionnaire, you may say, it's the fashion show event, it's on this day, all those kind of minor details. And then you would go into the part where I bring your vision to life. So maybe you tell me, we have this particular designer that's retiring. We want you to honor this designer with the piece. Or maybe it's, the fashion show itself has been going on for however many years, and you want to honor that. So you would kind of tell me, I want you to incorporate this. I want you to not say this word. Maybe you say, I don't want to use the word fashion at all. And you're like, okay, instead of using the word fashion, I want you to describe everything as a fabric or something like that. Whatever it is, it could be that after every line, you want the beat to drop in the music. So it kind of builds the anticipation up. Whatever the vision, we can do it together. We're going to create that together. And like I said, this could be anything. So if you have any type of events, including like a funeral or memorial, anything like that, I can take that and kind of make that something that's an unforgettable memory. Furthermore, what I can do, we also do virtual services, and then I also can offer an audio rendition. Let's say if you wanted to recite the poem or the piece yourself, that can maybe apply for, it could apply for a funeral, definitely wedding vows, different things like that. But I have that option as well. I also offer canvases. So let's say it was your wedding vows and you want to get that framed, we can do that. If it's something where you're doing it's a baby shower, you want to put the little footprint, and have the footprint behind the poem as we're doing that. We do all of that. All of that at the Seay Creative Writing Studio. Yes. And then of course, y'all, I have a lot of visions and a lot of plans for it, in the future, in the near future, hopefully. I'm gonna start doing some type of little trinkets or party favors that, especially for, like, let's say a wedding, something like that, where all the guests can have a little keepsake. And then even something where, I do a keynote speech, and at some point, y'all, I'm gonna have a poetry book come out. I'm just gonna speak that into existence. So it could be something where, yeah, everybody gets a copy of my book when I go to this conference or this whatever, and then they have me set up in the back to sign them afterwards. Yeah, like I'm thinking real big with it. So I wanted to start this business really because I'm really big on being original, being authentic, and I do feel like we're in this AI driven society, and a lot of times, words, everybody's kind of just, AI is doing whatever it wants to do, and a lot of it is just kind of the same trends and the same this and the same that. Everybody's doing the same. So I feel like this is my chance to do something different, literally to do something different, to be unique, to be creative, and it's really a place where um, I intend for my words and my artistry to really reflect the soul of the occasion. You know what I mean? So that's really like kind of where the passion came from it. I'm really excited about where it's going. If you have any event at all, and you want to talk to me about how the event can be elevated, let's talk, let's chat. Like I said, y'all, all that's going to be in the description box down below, as far as the website, my email, my business phone number. All of that will be down there, as well as my digital business card will be in the description box below. So go check out the Seay Creative Writing Studio. It's super dope, and I'm super excited how I can bring your vision to life. And then maybe even the real cool part, to just bring it back full circle, is we take it back to the channel, Seay Speaks, for the talent showcase. And then boom, now I'm interviewing you, you're showing off your pieces from the fashion show, or your new designs or whatever it is. That's how I'm thinking. I'm thinking big, y'all. So yeah, we gonna see where that goes, but like I said, it's really up. It's really up and it's stuck, y'all. So let's do it. Now, I will say, the business is quite an endeavor, and it's definitely my baby. And, I think that sometimes it can start slow, and that's okay. I think people are so ready for everything to be so quick and have instant gratification. And so that kind of brings me into the positive affirmation for today, y'all. So, like I said, excuse me, every week we're going to do a positive affirmation because, I mean, really, why not? All this negativity in the world, let's just have a little positivity because when out of the abundance of the heart is the mouth speaks. So I feel like we have to speak positivity into each other and into ourselves, right? So the positive affirmation for this week is prepare for your ascension. It's super simple. Prepare for your ascension. I chose this affirmation because it really resonated with me. I think it's been a huge motivator for me as I kind of have been navigating life. I think that there's been, a lot of stuff that has happened, and I've kind of been in this space where I've been feeling really uncomfortable. Just kind of almost, it's like a physical pain almost too, kind of just this kind of feeling in my belly where I just know that I'm destined for so much more and destined for greater. But I've just been trying to navigate how to get there, what I need to do to get there. And, sometimes that can be really frustrating. I don't know, y'all. It just felt like I woke up one day and it just felt like I was out of place. Like it just felt like I just recognized my value and knew I wasn't supposed to be where I was. And right around that same time is when I came across this quote, prepare for your ascension. And what I did was I took a sticky note and wrote that down. And then I added, because I'm me, I had to add my little touch to it. And so in parentheses, I put, it's ordained by God. And for me, it's really because if you think about it, it's already written. What you're doing, all you have to do is prepare for it. You have to just prepare yourself for what's already coming your way. And so for something about that just said, let me just do something every day to prepare for my ascension, prepare for what I already know is coming if I just stay the course. And for me, it's more about letting go of the fear behind your ascension. So, saying things like, oh, it's never going to happen for me, or I can't do this, or it's too hard and all that, it it kind of helps you reframe your mind and to say, I just need to take one chunk at a time, and just prepare for my elevation. And it's like I said earlier, the business, the channel, all of it's a really big endeavor. And so preparing for your ascension, it can look a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be this big, grandiose thing. It can be something as simple as getting more sleep at night, which admittedly I probably need to work on. But it could also be, getting 30 minutes exercise in a day. Maybe it's getting all your to-dos finished at work so that you can pour into yourself at night. All of these things are preparing for, what's already coming your way and for a better and new and improved version of yourself. So that's the affirmation for today, y'all. I encourage y'all to write that down in parentheses. If you want to sweeten it too, you can put that in there. But prepare for your ascension and put it on your mirror, put that in your car, somewhere you're going to see it every day, multiple times a day. That's what I encourage y'all. All right. So the topic for today is the holidays. Holidays, right? And I mean, y'all, we are a week away from the holidays. And I don't know if it's just me. Let me know if it's just me. But I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like like it's right around the corner and we're here. And I don't get me wrong, I'm trying to have my Christmas spirit. As y'all can see, I'm trying. But I don't know, I'm just feeling a little grinchy this year. I don't know if it's everything that's going on with the world or if it's just my own personal stuff because I'm just tired or what it is. But I mean, we don't have so much as a Christmas tree back at the crib. Not even a Christmas tree. And that's pretty off brand for us. We normally will at least do that, put some lights up or something like that. But you know, I shouldn't say I do it. Normally I come home few days after Thanksgiving, and my wife has already put everything up, and I kind of just say, "Oh, it looks so nice," whatever. but she didn't even do that, so that's why I said it can't just be me because she's not even feeling it this year. I had another friend and told me, she was like, yeah, like I haven't even gone Christmas shopping for my kids. And I'm like, whoa, like I don't know. But I don't know if it's just everybody's drained or what it is. But I want to, I want to make sure I state that it's not that I'm not grateful, because I'm very grateful for, the many things that I have in my life. I was just blessed with being able to purchase a new home, a beautiful wife. I have my health, my strength. I have a job, which, a lot of times right now, especially the times, that is a blessing. But I don't know, y'all, like I said, I'm not drinking eggnog. I don't have a Elfie on the shelfie, whatever. What's that thing called? The Elfie on the shelfie thing. We don't have a reef or a poinsettia. We don't have none of that at the house. Like it's none of that going on over here. But you know, I feel like me and my wife, we we've lost some people recently, which that'll be for another episode. But we've lost a lot of people recently. We've had some disappointments and different things, and not to mention it already. It's being cold outside, and I'm not a fan of the cold. If I didn't mention that before, I do not like the cold. It's one of the reasons. It's not the only reason, but it's one of the reasons why I left Kansas City, because I just don't like the cold. I much rather be at a beach or doing something like that, or just vibing out in the sun. I feel like I thrive off of the sunlight, the natural sunlight for sure. So I don't know. It's just been tough, but I want to hopefully, change perspectives around that, and we can, talk about how we can create some new traditions and different things. But first, I want to hit y'all with the Happy Holidays poem. Let's just get to the point. The holidays aren't happy for everyone. I smile at you, so you think I'm just fine, but for me, the holidays have always been a troubling time. With broken families and unwrapped presents amiss, it's hard to find good memories as I try to reminisce. No matter the facade or poker face I present, this time of year is too tough to bring pleasant content. As I look around and I see others with this fake it till you make it mentality, I feel compelled to be vulnerable and share my version of this anomaly. It's a time when a little girl was separated from her sisters, but no, I'm not finished. Let's go a little deeper. Maybe a grandfather passed, or a mother chose a man over her children, and all you can think about is the chaos you live in. Growing older doesn't help, because you spent your holidays alone, and when you called your loved ones, you were left with the dial tone. Maybe one year, as you were coming into your own, you were told because you were gay, you were no longer welcome to come home. You have friends that are nice, so they invite you to their place, but it saddens you to see such a functional family in your face. You relive your experiences of abandonment and abuse, and people wonder why this time of year you're such a recluse. Over and over again, right around this time of year, it's nearly impossible for me to find my holiday cheer. The cold weather doesn't help, because as a child, I never felt warm hugs. But if you ask me what's wrong, I'll likely just shrug. It's not preferred to feel such sadness, and although the pain is not a crime, for me, the holidays have not been a happy time. So that was Happy Holidays, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about the piece. If y'all can relate, not relate. I really felt inspired to write this just to change perspectives on how, sometimes the holiday season can be so commercialized. You're always supposed to be so happy and joyful and jolly. And no matter what, sometimes it's hard to put on that poker face and do so. So for me, I just sit back and I've been reminiscing about, things that I miss. Like it could be, a recipe that now I just can't seem to get just right, because person that normally makes it is no longer here, or maybe it's a memory I have of playing spades and watching football. Somebody that's no longer here. It could be the Christmas party that we have every single year that was canceled because that person that hosted is no longer here. And it does, it kind of just makes you feel weary. So y'all let me know, do y'all feel some type of way about how the holidays are feeling this year? Let me know down in the comments, because I'm telling you, we here to be authentic, to be real. We not here to sugarcoat anything like that. But sometimes you can maybe dread it or avoid it, or you don't want to be around your family for whatever reason. And sometimes it's hard. So I wanted to share that with y'all, not to be sad and depressing and all of that, but really more so to just say, this, you're not alone. You're not alone in this. And I definitely empathize and I understand that this time of year, and maybe people have seasonal depression and all that, and sometimes you're just not feeling it. But I don't want to sit here and gripe on all the negative. Like I told y'all, this is a channel of positivity. So even though we had that little moment of just kind of more somber and more thinking about some of the things that maybe have happened to you in your past or that are happening to you now. Maybe you recently just lost someone, and I want to be able to talk about starting new traditions, new things that we can do to maybe you won't fully get your holiday cheer back, but maybe you won't be such a Grinch. So, for instance, like I said, we're very off brand this year as far as at least not having a Christmas tree or having some type of decorations. I don't foresee that being a new tradition that we continue with. I think it just was a one off though. We did just move. I told you guys we just bought a house, and my wife, I remember her saying, I want a new Christmas tree whenever we move into the new house. New tree, new house. I said, okay, cool, but we never got around to getting in the Christmas tree. So I think that's really why we don't have one. But as you can see, y'all, I mean, it hasn't been all peaches and cream. I think that since I met my wife, I've created new traditions, and we started new things that we do to kind of offset some of the other disappointments that I maybe had in my life, right? So, for instance, we decided this year, something new we did. We went to, it was called the World of Illumination. If you haven't been there, I would say go check that out. It was really cool. You bring the whole family, pile up the car, and go to it. It's essentially a Christmas light show. It's synchronized. They turn to the radio station, and then all the lights and the singing and all that, it's all synchronized. That was really cool. Like, I really enjoyed that. We definitely said we were gonna probably make that a new tradition. We're planning to start a family soon, so we're thinking about maybe that's something we could do with the family, and we could do hot chocolate and whatever, and take them to the World of Illumination. So that's one thing that we've done. I always watch Home Alone, and I always watch the Grinch, the Jim Carrey version of the Grinch. Let's be clear. But I love that movie. Sometimes you might catch me watching that movie in the middle of July. I don't know, but he's funny to me. That movie is funny. So yeah. Also, I always watch This Christmas every year, and then a new one that I just discovered is called Almost Christmas, and that one was really good too. I enjoyed that. I actually cried the first time I watched that one. Probably thinking about my mom or something like that. I don't know, but it was good. It was one of those little heartfelt movies, and had the funny moments when Monique was in there. Danny Glover, I think that's his name, Danny or Donald Glover. He was in there, and a whole bunch of other people that we all know. They were all in there, so that's a good one to check out too if you want to start new traditions. I've heard that some people they they always look at the ABC schedule and look at all the Christmas movies that are on there and watch A Christmas Story, and what's the other one, A Nightmare Before Christmas. So all those are on ABC, so check those out if you're like, I need some music, or not some music, but some TV shows or some movies to watch for Christmas, try to get you in that spirit. We also, of course, are celebrating our first Christmas in the new crib. So we'll probably, I decided to take a couple weeks off of work. I think 2.5 weeks actually. I'm super excited. That's a new tradition that I've started because look, let me tell y'all, I've been working hard. So to have a couple weeks off to not have to worry about that, and I can focus on what I want to focus on, whether that be catching up on sleep, working on the business, whatever. So that'll be really nice to just have that time off. So that's a new tradition I think I'm gonna keep up with every year for sure. And then, what else? What else have we done? Oh, we're going to a Christmas party this weekend. That'll be really fun. We're gonna get all dressed up. It's actually like a gala, so that'll be really dope. We're gonna have our ones and twos on for sure. So we're doing things despite some of the things that have happened in our life. We are still moving forward, and I encourage you guys to do the same. I'm telling y'all, the holidays are what you make them. So put on a Christmas hat, put on a little Christmas music, y'all. I mean, y'all got the basic ones. I think one of my favorites is "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." Yes, you are. I love that song.
On that Grinch is on that Grinch is on that beat. I see the presents I drop. Make this Christmas stop. Hey, just stop. Hey, just stop. Hey, I can't stand in a.
I love that song. So I think that one's just catchy, but whatever Christmas music makes you feel good, do that. And like I said, take some time off work, spend some time with your family. So what are y'all traditions for the holidays? Do y'all have any movies or themes or anything like that y'all like to do? Let me know in the comments, y'all. But always remember, and no matter what, it's important to spread kindness, right? Because we just talked about how sometimes the holidays people are not a happy time, and this is now the reason in the season. How they like to say the reason for the season. The reason is you got to be kind because you never know what someone's going through, and you saying one thing to them right around this time of year, especially when they don't have any family to call home to or go home to, don't have a home cooked meal or whatever. Those things can really affect someone. So keep that in mind as you're going about your day leading up to the holidays, and make sure that you stay kind. All right, y'all. We done talking about the holidays for right now. For the next topic, we are gonna do lyrically poetic, y'all. Yes, I know y'all been waiting for it. Let's go. So this week we are doing a song. Once again, gotta be a song that I love. And boy, do I love this song. This song was on my what's that thing from Spotify, the wrapped up 25, 2025 thing. Yeah, this was all up and through there because I just love the song, and it's not, like I said, it's not a brand new song either, but you guys all probably know this song. It's called "I Want You Around" by Snoh Aalegra. So once again, I'm gonna play a little snippet. I'm gonna sing a little snippet because this time especially, I want you guys to hear some of the lyrics from the song, because I actually take a few of those lyrics and I spin them in my version of the piece, which I also did title "I Want You Around." And you'll see I have a little spin on it. It's cool, and I'm a try not to sing as I'm doing it because this song is just so smooth, y'all. There's a part in the song where she says, we can get away, palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. And I just love how smooth it sounds. It makes you feel like you are on a beach and you just vibing. Got the car, you in the car, you got the top down, you riding, and it just feels good. You with your person that you want around. You know what I mean? That's literally how the song make you feel when you hear it and when you play it. So I love this song. I hope y'all enjoy my version of what I put together. I actually just wrote this, so I don't have it memorized, but like I said, I just wrote it. But I think it's really, really dope how I kind of played on the words. All right, so let's start it. I'm gonna play a little snippet, and so I want you guys to hear some of the words, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's do it. Yeah, I hope y'all can hear it this time. I know y'all couldn't hear it for real. It's not that I don't want you here. Can y'all hear it? It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I can't make this clear, but yeah, what she say? I fall for you every time I try to resist you. We can get away, palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. All I wanna hear is inner visions on replay. Sit right next to you. I try not to show How I feel about you, something in a way. Wanna, but I just wanna get away and sit right next to you. You. And she goes, what she goes? I don't wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Uh, I want you around. Yeah, y'all know it. Around. I want you around. Yeah, y'all know the song. All right, so that's I Want You Around. Y'all, please go listen to this song if you have not heard it, because I'm going to say that to y'all every single week because I am not giving y'all a good version of the song and how she sings it with so much beauty and elegance. But I'm telling you, that song is a vibe. So, like I said, I wrote something as well. I titled it I Want You Around. Let's Get It, Lyrically Poetic by Seay. You ever walk into a room real slick like and hope that seat is empty next to that chick like, for real, I want you here. I want you around so I can smell your scent. Your essence, fresh fashion, is hard to resist. But you might call me a simp if I tell you my heartbeat skips when you stare into my eyes. So I try to play it cool as I sit down next to you. You look at me surprised with a smile and nod like you've been waiting all the while. And the views are my muse. I can't help but to want you around. Soft skin touches mine as if there was a gravitational pull, but I try not to show you how I feel about you. Thinking I should wait for an ordinary day when we can get away and see palm trees in Belize. So instead, I sit here next to you, wishing I could kiss you. I really want to feel you. Replaying our previous sentiments in my head. And you're probably misled because I know I don't make things clear. But I want you around. Yeah, I want you near. So yeah, y'all, that was I Want You Around. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments, y'all. Yes, I want you near. Yeah, I think I low key that thing hit for me. I love it. But I was so proud of myself when I wrote that. I don't know, it just kind of came naturally. I wrote that pretty quickly actually, but I don't know, there's something about that song. Like I said, when it's that little spark and it's like that one thing that just made me go, we can get away. Palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. Yeah, I love that. So, Snoh, if you seeing this, hit me up. It's Seay. I'm telling you, it's going up. I love your song. So thank you for sharing your creativity. And I'm giving it back to you right now with my creativity on your song because you did your thing with that one. You did your thing. If I could sing like you, girl, I'd be in there every day. I'd be in the studio every day if I could sing like you. But let me know what y'all think about I Want You Around, the Seay version for sure. So yeah, lyrically poetic, it's up. All right, yes. So I appreciate y'all for coming to hang out with me for today. I hope this carries y'all through the rest of the week, into next week, leading up into the holidays. Like I said, y'all, I'm gonna post every Thursday. We're gonna have new content, new pieces, new everything every week. So stay tuned. Like I said, it's going up and it's stuck. I am not gonna drink any more tequila today, but I hope that y'all have a great Thursday, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.